update on Larkin?
Maintenance day, we expect to have him tomorrow. He's still dealing with an upper body from when he got twisted in Chicago. It's kind of been day to day, so it made sense for a maintenance day today.
Sonny, no real update on that. He's still day to day too.
Who's that?
Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny's day to day. The fact he didn't practice today, I would not expect him tomorrow.
And I think Rasmussen has a hearing. Is he still have that hearing?
Yeah, Russ has a hearing this afternoon, so obviously we'll hear from that, and then that'll probably dictate, because we'll need a body from Grand Rapids if that is the case.
That surprised you a little bit?
No. At first, I didn't think there was much to it, seeing it live. I just thought maybe it was a follow-through. And then you watch it back in slow motion, and you can see, coming down, on that head area, direct contact to the head. It's the new league, and rightfully so. They're trying to take care of plays like that. So it does not surprise me, and I think Rass will have the approach to take what's given and move forward with it.
How do you view last night's game with the night for taking on it?
Yeah, it's a good question because it was frustrating in that we're pretty good 5-on-5. Actually, very happy with our 5-on-5 play. For the most part, I thought we were even the better team 5-on-5. Probably got out of the second, a little unfortunate to be down. And then it would turn into a special teams game, almost an opposite of where we were with Anaheim the other day, where we flipped that game with our special team. So it got away from us, from the special teams, which, makes the outcome very frustrating. But, with that said, I still think, we're trying to develop an identity and a formula of where we can be successful. And you saw that through 2 periods. We did not give up a 5-on-5 chance against in the second. That's unheard of in this league, especially against a team like that on the road. So there's some positives there, but, our goal and our battle is to have consistency with that type of play.
When you're missing as many forwards as you are, and some guys aren't going, what's the balance, and do you put all the ones who are going on the same line or try and...
Yeah, there's some of that. I think going into, obviously, if Rass is out, Sonny, you're talking 5 of your top 6, 7 forwards. That's a handful. Now, with that said, you trust your depth, and again, I believe we have a winnable lineup. Obviously, you saw last night, how competitive we were 5-on-5 against Boston. I think you want to stretch your lineup up going into that game, and then you probably want to get a feel of where you are throughout. A little more advantage of home ice, of getting that last change. You might want to take advantage of these type of situations, of what you're looking at going into the timeout. We're not opposed. This might stack up for an 11-7. I'm not sure yet. We'll see where Rass is and where we are tonight. But again, the bottom line is we have 5 legitimately of our top 7, 8 forwards out, and we can win this game tomorrow. And I think that is a huge positive. And I know this team went through the same type of injuries last year, and they really had no chance. That's not the case this year. We'll have a winnable lineup tomorrow, and the next person up in Grand Rapids will be a reliable player also.
For kind of yourself and the game in general, when you look at how the philosophy has changed in the sport, where it used to be when you play through anything, and now how is, when you look at that philosophy and where we are with the sport, and how do you kind of assess that, for lack of a better word?
Yeah, I think it's probably some common sense to it now. I understand it. It's probably more of a reality. We're probably benefiting from medical science, where rest or nights off is a reality. So I think it's just all part of it. Even today, we decided to decide in the last second. Larks can't practice today. Joe just filled in both his power play spots and on his line there. So I think you just keep moving forward to it, and every morning can look a little bit different.
Derek, how much of a concern are the goals allowed here in the last couple of games?
Yeah, it's just a concern. Again, these 2 losses are completely different in that, maybe 7-8 minutes of the start in New Jersey, we were pretty good, and maybe a 4 or 5 minute span after we got to 4-2. But for the rest of that game, that was a really bad 5-on-5 team effort. Last night was a lot different. Our 5-on-5 was pretty good, exceptional at times. So we gave up 6 and 5. It's 11. It's way too many. Obviously, you don't give yourself a chance to win, but it's probably the way they played out. So yeah, our goal is still to defend better, to keep that goals against down to give us a chance. And at 2-1 we were there, and then obviously the 3 quick ones, we didn't give ourselves much of a chance. So concerning, yes. You'll never be successful giving up 11 in 2 games, but at the same time, we got there in some different ways. There's some signs of doing the right thing throughout last night.
Did you notice anything different in PK the last 2 games especially?
Yeah, no, probably we missed some detail on it, probably ran into power play clicking, and it was the timing of the penalties too. Like our first 2 kills, I think, were really sharp. And then you just go back to back. I mean, you're giving the skill like that. And now it's Rass in the box. We literally have 2 of our top 4 killers, Sonny out and Rass out. You just can't put that much pressure on your penalty kill. And we did that. 1, the volume of penalties, but 2, stacking them on each other. I think it broke.
Into there, these last 2 games, while you said frustrating, how valuable is that towards what you call the process and learning through that?
Well, I think you can see a formula of what's successful, and you saw that first few minutes of New Jersey, and you saw that through through the first 2 periods of Boston. So it's there. Now it's just finding that consistency throughout major game a little better. I mean, we talked about turnovers. I mean, we were last night. Our turnovers were in that Montreal, Anaheim number. I mean, we were high teens, low 20s for the entire game. Obviously, against New Jersey, we had 23 in the first, 24, something like that in the first period. So the positive is, if you want to call it the process, is we've shown signs of being able to compete with the best in the league. Now it's just having that formula for an entire game.
You talked about how much easier it is to teach when you're winning, when you're coming off 2 losses like this. Have you noticed the adjustment in the way that you're having to teach, or the way that you're?
Yeah, I don't know, adjustment. It's more obviously a little more frustrating. The guys come out of that game very frustrated last night because they played hard, and there was moments they did it the right way. So I think there's a little frustration there, and again, I just think it's a reality. Not only where we're at, but of course where we're at with 5-6 of our top 9 forwards out. The margin for error is very thin. And if we have lapses in our game, which was puck play against New Jersey and obviously special teams last night, we're just not going to be successful. So I think it's the challenge. I think they know the formula. I think they know the recipe. It's just a matter of doing it all the time.
How you guys trap turnovers? Are there good and bad turnovers?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think you're realistic. I mean, the league average is 29. Of course, you're going to have some instinctive offensive, make some plays, turnovers, all part of it. There's going to be time you have to, we call it punting. You're stuck in the D zone. It's a flip out of the zone. It's technically a turnover. There's good turnovers. It's those egregious, forcing something on the rush. The first goal, we turned the puck over 3 times on the blue line, couldn't get it out, and we deserved to end up in the back of our net. Those are the type of turnovers when they pile up on you that they hurt your game. But again, for the most part last night, the reason we had good 5-on-5 play is probably the cleanest night we had out of our zone, with both defensive zone breakouts and our retrieval breakouts, and it led to some good 5-on-5 play. So yes, there is a difference in turnovers. You got to limit those egregious ones.
You guys break it down that way?
No. But we'll have a feel, of course. Like we'll have, and you can see. I mean, when you're in that 40+ range, it's pretty easy. Last night, we're in the low 20s. You're gonna have a combination of a few of those handful, but for the most part, we managed the puck pretty well last night.
Do you have a length of time in mind, like how long those really can go without getting into the lineup? Or?
No, that's a really good question, because I think there's a reality of it'd be a huge ask of him to not play for 4 months. Last night was a perfect example. We haven't played him for 3 weeks, and we're going to put him out on a home change night where he could be facing Pasternak or Marchand and the boys. So, yeah, no, but I also think it's a credit to the bottom of our D-core. Haig, Lindstrom have given us fairly solid hockey, hence why we're sitting here at 3-2-2 and talking about playing a pretty good 5-on-5 game last night. So probably a little more credit to the bottom of our D-core, how solid they're playing. But no, there's probably no timeline on it, and it's probably just the reality of it.
What was your theme or message heading into tomorrow's game after a couple tough losses?
Replicate where our success was, where those first two periods were, again, that formula that we talked about. This would be a real easy meeting and just showing where we had some success. Now it's just, doing that with a little more consistency. Thanks, guys.